What is up, guys? Welcome on into the Pickswise Playbook Thursday Night Football Edition, presented by our friends at Superbook Sports. It is Week 13 that we are kicking off. Jared, it's the final the final third, I guess you would say, 2/3. Final
Sure.
third of the regular season, which is crazy. AFC East matchup for Thursday Night Football. We have the Bills heading into Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. Now, both teams coming off their Thanksgiving games. The Bills feasted on the Lions, barely, just at the end. And the Pats played a really close game to the Minnesota Vikings, but dropped it. This game, I feel like, holds so much weight because the Pats were the only team last week in the AFC East to lose. They want to win. They're going to be hungry against the Bills. But this line right now said it Bills laying 3.5, road favorites.
Yeah, and it's been shrinking very consistently throughout the last 24 to 48 hours or so. We're recording this here on a Thursday morning. It even touched 3 at a couple of shops earlier in the day, and now it's kind of drifted back to 3.5. My guess is it closes at 3.5. I don't know why. I've asked around our various sources. Clev TA, of course, wrote up Bills minus 4.5 for the site several days ago, and his response to me this morning was, I'm usually pretty good at this market movement thing, and I have no idea why it's steamed now a point in the opposite direction. And that's kind of the consensus that I've, deduced. I don't know why it's gone against Buffalo so significantly over the last 24 hours. You can look at it 2 different ways. Either somebody knows something that we don't know, or you're getting more value on Buffalo here at 3.5. I tend to lean towards the latter because, again, when you look at what the Bills have done to the Patriots over the last few seasons, basically during this Josh Allen regime, well, if you take away that wild game that basically took place in a hurricane, Buffalo's had a lot of success against this defense. The Bills have won by 30, 12, and 29 points in that stretch. Blowout in the wild card game last year. Offensive lines of both teams are nicked up here. I think Buffalo's getting a little healthier defensively. Tre'Davious White should be a little more free with his snap count this week. He played 15 snaps in his debut last week in his return from the ACL injury. Greg Rosso is back. That's important, I think, for the Bills' defensive line. But in general, this game's going to fall on the shoulders of Mac Jones because the Bills stopped the run very well. The Patriots, as I mentioned, offensive line banged up. We'll see how effective they are running the ball. Can Mac Jones duplicate what he did last week against the Vikings? I'm not sure. And I think that's, to me, the crux of this handicap.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. A lot riding on the AFC East. Obviously, the Bills right now sitting at 8-3. They're 2 games ahead of the New England Patriots. The Pats going to want to even it out a little bit. New England also, if you like a trend, 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games. So something to keep in mind. Make sure to tune into Pickswise Playbook. We have all of the games for Week 13. This was Thursday Night Football. Just a little taste to wet the whistle. So we'll see you on Pickswise Playbook, presented by Superbook Sports.